Welcome to the Midyear Freakout Tag. Let's dive right in. There are 13 questions, and so I have them written out, and I have my books out here, so let's dive on in. The first question is, what is the best book that you read this year so far? This one is Stolen Tongues by Felix Blackwell. This was originally a creepypasta that was expanded into a full-on novel. So this is about a couple who go to a cabin to celebrate their engagement. There's something out there in the snow and the woods that is trying to communicate with them, and the girl starts to sleep talk, answering questions and responding to the calls of this thing. And it's delightfully creepy, and I highly recommend. The second question is best sequel, and I have two sequels for the same series, PTSD Radio. So I read volume 2 in January, and volume 3, I think it was this month, or June 2023. So this is the final installments of this series. It follows a bunch of different little storylines that all interconnect with a spurned god of hair. So it gets its comeuppance on all these people and all of these locations across Japan and across time, and yeah, it's quite a tale. It is not complete. The author had to stop working on it, and he gives his reasoning in the third one, which is technically 2 volumes, so 5 and 6. Where he relates what's been going down as he's been working on it, and all of the strange happenings going on in his real life that may be catalyzed by these stories. So very, very fun to read and delightfully creepy. So the new release that I have ordered, I don't have it yet, that I want to read is Panorama of Hell by Hideshi Hino. So I'll put it here. Comes out in July this month. So I did pre-order it. It is going to my parents' house, so I will be able to pick it up at Christmas. But it is an old school story that has been retranslated into English and then being re-released. So hurrah, hurrah, horror manga, yes! My most anticipated for the second half of the year is called Mimi's Tales of Terror, which is the new Junji Ito that comes out October 24th this year. So this is a short story collection of, I think, 9 tales, all surrounding this central character, and I'm excited. I love Junji Ito, so I will give it a go. Alright, question number 5, biggest disappointment. I didn't read anything too disappointing so far this year, unlike last year. Last year I had a very disappointing read, but this year so far the lowest rated read that I have is Spine Shivers, A Grin in the Dark. This is a middle grade with a very creepy cover. Love the cover, and the premise is fabulous. It is when a stranger calls, but with clowns. So instead of a serial killer breaking in, you've got a clown in the house. So is the clown gonna murder you? Who knows? But yeah, it was a great premise, but the prose level was disappointing, and it was okay. Probably never gonna reread it. Number 6, the biggest surprise so far this year, is Hell's Paradise. So I knew that the anime was coming out, so I wanted to read the manga series before I watched it. And so I got the first few volumes and started reading. And oh my gosh, I love it so much. I've read the first 4 volumes now, and the 5th one is on order. They have to bring it in from a different Indigo to bring it to the one closer to me, because nobody has it. Like, even Amazon, you have to order through a third party on Amazon to get it. I don't know what is so special about the 5th volume, but yeah. So I will read the back for you. Gabimaru the Hollow is one of the most vicious assassins ever to come out of the ninja village of Iwagakure. He's ruthlessly efficient, but a betrayal results in him being handed a death sentence. He has only one hope. In order to earn his freedom, he must travel to a long hidden island and recover an elixir that will make the Shogun immortal. Failure is not an option. On this island, heaven and hell are just a hair's breadth away. So, he is a ninja, and it's a colorful cast of characters. Oh my gosh, they're all off their rockers. But I love it so much. Just, yes, I love it. All right, new favorite author, Lindsay Puckett with The Glass Witch. The voice of Addie, oh my gosh, it just oozed off the page. It was so fun. All of her antics with like the giving her mother's least favorite color of Skittle just to spite her because she was mad. Just everything worked together so well. I love Lindsay's YouTube channel as well. Yeah, so I've followed her for a while, but I finally got to read The Glass Witch, and she is one of my favorite middle grade authors now. So yes, Lindsay Puckett. Newest fictional crush. I don't really have a crush on him, but I do like the main character from Hell's Paradise. He's pretty awesome. When you learn about his past, you just, you feel it in your heart, and it's like, I care now. I care so much. So good. All right, new favorite character. Ken Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul. I read all of Tokyo Ghoul in January, and I started in on Tokyo Ghoul Re. Back on the shelf. Yes, so I had watched the first season of Tokyo Ghoul. I have it on disc. I immensely enjoy it. It's a little wonky, like pace-wise and stuff, but I highly enjoyed it. But reading it, I just loved it even more. So I loved Ken Kaneki, especially by the end, and when the climax of it was so good. I was just reading it so fast. I was like, I gotta know what happens. And then the sequel series starts, and it's like, what happened? I'm so confused. But it's so good. So Ken Kaneki, yes, favorite character. Book that made me cry? None. None of these books have made me cry. So we'll see what happens in the second half of the year. Book that made me happy, on the other hand, was the nonfiction that I read, which is My Huga Home. So, How to Make Home Your Happy Place by Meek Wicking. So this is how to bring the concept of Huga from Denmark, I believe, over to your own home. And this inspired me and got me to make my bedroom even more cozy. I have frames up now with pictures from vacations. I got myself a bathrobe and slippers so I can be more cozy. Like, it just made me happy. It's such a good book, and it was updated since COVID, so it has even more tips and research and stuff on how to help, especially since isolation and stuff like that. All right, most beautiful covers are a tie. I love the covers, the colors for the covers of Hell's Paradise, and the art style. It's so unique. Like, it looks gorgeous, and then you start reading it and it's like, oh. bloody. But yeah, I love those. They're beautiful. And then my favorite hardcovers that I've gotten are The Drifting Classroom. So let me pull those down. Okay, so these are The Drifting Classroom. So I think they're really cool. And stuff is falling over in there now. So the monochrome covers go from red to orange to yellow. So this trilogy omnibus doodad is from the 70s originally, I believe. But yeah, this says the definitive edition of Kazuo Umeza's timeless horror classic. Out of nowhere, an entire school vanishes, leaving nothing but a hole in the ground. While parents mourn and authorities investigates, the students and teachers find themselves not dead, but stranded in a terrifying wasteland where they must fight to survive. So it's got some Lord of the Flies going on with an elementary school, and yeah, it's got some twists. There's some scruff. There's some. Oof. Yeah, stuff goes down. Like there's a crucifixion that goes down. There's like a virus that goes down. There's lots of insanity. Alright, and the book I need to read by the end of the year is Tomie by Junji Ito. I've had it for a couple years now. I've been saving it because I know it's going to be amazing, and I just feel like this year is the year to finally read it. It has been animated as part of the Junji Ito anime that just came out. Maniac or something? Shoot. Whatever it is, I'll put the title here. But yeah, I started watching the show because it has some animations of shorts that I have read before, like the Seance one. But this comes up later on in the show, and so I didn't want to ruin it, so I want to read it before I continue on with the show and watch it. So that's it. That's the Midyear Freakout Tag for the books that I have read and want to read and everything in between for 2023. I will make a video catching you up on my writing later on, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!